So with 2025 ending and there being a lot of great killers that were added to the game, kind of like Springtrap, the Goal, and the Houndmaster. Well, I don't really know about the Houndmaster. A lot of people didn't really play that one, and I didn't really like it too much. But there was a lot of big things for DBD. And there also was some pretty good, cool mainstream killers. That being said, there leaves a lot of room for what's gonna happen in 2026. As far as I know, I haven't done any deep research on what the game or game developers want to add to the game or what killers they're going to add to the game. As much as I don't really think they come out with the news on what they're going to add or expecting to see. I've made a list of top 10 killers that I think would be a great addition to the game. I'm going to start from lowest, okay, 10 going to 1. 1 being the killers that I think would do the best in the game, and 10 being killers that I think would be a cool concept but maybe won't get added. But who knows? I didn't expect to see Springtrap in Dead by Daylight when the game first came out or as the game went on, but hey, they got added. So let's get started with the top 10 killers that I think should come to Dead by Daylight. So starting off with number 10, I think the Fisherman, aka Ben Willis, would make a great addition to the game. In the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer, just his outfit is so cool, bro. Not gonna lie, like that mysterious look, that mysterious fisherman killer look with no face, I think would make a great addition to Dead by Daylight, adding that like sinister look. I think he'd be pretty creepy too, being chased around by him and stuff. Definitely think that they should make like power revolving around his hook or anything, or like I think one of his powers should be on how maybe, like, there's fog around the game and he can teleport through the fog or the mist or something like that. But yeah, I think him teleporting through the fog or the mist would be a cool little detail to the game. I think him having a power involving his hook would be a great addition to his character. Kind of like a boost, or maybe you could extend, or anything really. I think the Fisherman would be a cool addition to the game. I don't know if there's any skins that kind of revolve around him already, but I definitely think he'd be one of the cool ones. Moving to the next is Predator. I think Predator would be a really good addition to the game. I mean, they already have the Xenomorph, which is the alien, and in a lot of video games they add the Xenomorph, which is the alien, and also the Predator at the same time. I don't know why they didn't do it there. They already have the licenses for it because they're under the same company. But I think the Predator would be a great addition to Dead by Daylight. Just you can have a numerous amount of powers with him, that being the blaster he has on his shoulder, the invisibility cloak that he can use, the thermal vision that he has. Obviously we probably won't get every single power that the Predator has, because then that'll just make him OP. But I think it'd be a really cool addition. Even using one of the net guns would be super dope. I would love to see the Predator in the game. As far as his skins, I mean, if you guys have played Predator Hunting Grounds, you can already see that there's a numerous amount of skins that they have came out with the Predator. I think the skins in DBD for him would be insane. I think the cosmetics would be really cool to see him in like different outfits and stuff. They've even made like crazy outfits on Predator Hunting Grounds, like the Pharaoh and all that. So if you guys had definitely played that, you would know that cosmetically him being in DBD would make a great addition to the game. For number 8, we have the family that comes out in the movie Strangers. I think them being killers in DBD would be super cool, dude. I mean, their cosmetics, like their outfits, are just insane. I love the way that they look. They're super creepy, they're sinister, and then they don't make any noise at all. Like they don't talk or anything. So like I feel like if they did add them to the game, the power that they could add for them would be like, maybe the dad would be like the main one you're running around as, and then kind of just how Knight as well, he has 2 characters that he can manipulate to do whatever he wants. So I think like him manipulating like the daughter and the mother basically to chase you around while he corners you or follows you around the map would be super cool. As well as cosmetics, I think they have a very big space to do with cosmetics for them. I think they'd have some pretty cool outfits. Obviously the masks that they already have are enough for me. Like I love their masks. I really think they're pretty cool. as well as like the movies and stuff. I mean, they're pretty popular. I feel like the movies did good for the year that they came out. So yeah, but yeah, I really do think that the Strangers would be a really cool trio to come to the game. For any of you that don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe haven't seen the movie, the Strangers is basically this family of killers, or so I like to think. A lot of people call them by like, because they're unnamed in the movie. Dang, I just got juked hard. But a lot of people like to call them like the Man in the Mask, Pinup Girl. Oh, and then there's also Dollface. I'll put up their mask on the screen right now just so you guys can see what they look like. They're like really quiet killers. They're very sinister. They stalk the people that they're killing inside the movie. So I really think it'd be a great addition to Dead by Daylight. All right, for number 7 on the list, I think a great addition to the game would be Art the Clown. Now, Art the Clown in 2025 and even still now has very, very, very big popularity. I think apart from the clown being in Dead by Daylight, we need another one, man. I feel like the clown is a very good character and he came on really early on into the game, but I just feel like adding another clown in there would be really, really cool, and especially one of the mainstream clowns as well. Art the Clown has numerous of cosmetic outfits that we can choose from. If you guys have been to Haunted Horror Nights last year, there was a bunch of outfits that they had for Art the Clown. I think he'd be really cool. As far as his powers, I wouldn't really know what his powers would be. Maybe just another like powers sort of similar to the clown that we already have. I didn't watch the movies fully on Art the Clown, but I do know he has like some demonic powers or something like that. But yeah, I really like Art the Clown when he is wearing those sunglasses. That's probably a cosmetic that I would buy for sure. I know a lot of people would as well. All right, for number 6, I think Pennywise the Clown would also be a great addition to the list. Now, as far for Pennywise, there isn't a lot of cosmetic options for him. I mean, maybe they can choose options based off like the movie when he turns into different scary characters or something like that. But as far as cosmetics, I really don't think there's a big space for that. But as far as powers, I do think there's a great advantage that he has based off of other killers like the Strangers or Art the Clown that doesn't really have powers they could choose from. I think he's like another one of like the Predator, where they can really just make it anything, you know, like shape-shifting, maybe something that makes him go faster, or maybe something that makes him like teleport, anything like that, to be honest. Another power he could have too is like a scaring radius. Like he feeds off of fear, so I feel like if he stalks a person for a while, he can kind of like scare them for the radius, and then you can probably see them on a map for a bit or for a few seconds, or depending on the distance that you are from them. I think it would be a really cool addition to the game. And who doesn't love Pennywise the Clown? I mean, come on. With the latest show, Welcome to Derry, coming out, and then all the movies and everything, he's gained an immense amount of popularity. I like him a lot as a killer. I'd probably say he's one of my favorite killers. But yeah, I would definitely love to have him in Dead by Daylight. For number 5 on the list, I would like to have kind of like a more, how do I say, like not so based around demonic power or anything. Just like a serial killer, like slasher type vibe. Hannibal Lecter would be really cool. Growing up, I would always see like the older people that I would be living with watch the movies on Hannibal Lecter and stuff. He was always really an interesting character to me. I think he looks really cool, like that mask and the straight jacket that they have him in and stuff in the movies. I feel like there could be like a normal Hannibal Lecter like without the mask, and then one with the mask. But I feel like, you know, he wouldn't really have any big cosmetic changes or anything. It's the only thing I kind of don't like with DBD, but I get it. Like it's probably like licensed stuff that when a mainstream character gets added to DBD, they really don't come with crazy cosmetics like let's say the Trapper, or you know, the Nurse or anything like that, which I wish they did. But I mean, it's probably like rules they have to follow where they can't fully customize the killer without getting in trouble or anything like that. I really do think that Hannibal Lecter would be a good choice. So on this list, I really wanted to add a human killer that didn't really have any powers or anything like that. For me, it was either between Hannibal Lecter or Norman Bates as well from Bates Motel, or that dude off of American Psycho. I don't know the name because I haven't watched American Psycho. Don't come at me for that, but I think he would be a cool add too. All those movies, or well, the Bates Motel was a show, but those two movies really had a lot of popularity when it came out, and I think a lot of other people would be happy to see them in game as well. I definitely know that if Hannibal Lecter ever got added to DVD, I would for sure be the one to use him like as soon as he comes out. Moving on to number 4. This isn't really like a movie killer, or I guess a well-known killer for people to even like have a sense of what the character would look like. But I think adding like a jockey to the game would be super cool. But if you guys ever played Xbox way back where, you know, Left 4 Dead was a thing, there was a kind of like a zombie character in there that was called the jockey. What he would do is he would jump on you and start clawing at you and stuff, and you would have to like get help from someone to take him off or something like that. I don't really remember, but I think the jockey from Left 4 Dead looked pretty cool. As well, there's another jockey from I forgot what movie it is. I think it's 13 Ghosts. That movie is super cool, and the jockey that's in that movie looks extremely dope as well. I think if they came up with their own little concept on the jockey, it would be a really cool added character to the game. I really do think that they can go above and beyond with the cosmetics as well. I mean, you can really make them whatever you would like, to be honest. And I think his powers would be super cool as well. You know, like jumping on characters and then having someone to help you get it off, or just having like a bar you have to wait till he gets off or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. As far to a secondary power or anything, I don't really know what else you can add, but yeah, a jockey would be a cool concept to just jump on the characters and kind of like claw at them or something. Maybe like a one-hitter or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. All right, now moving to the last top 3 killers that I would think would be really cool in Dead by Daylight. Going for top 3, I think a werewolf style character would be super cool. To be honest, my favorite type of monster is a werewolf. I know a lot of people like Dracula, which was, you know, added to the game as well, or, you know, other certain monsters, but I think werewolves are like one of the coolest monsters that, you know, has ever been created, no matter what. I really like the style, how they look like in video games, like Resident Evil werewolves are pretty cool. I also like in movies as well, like the way that they're just set up and look like, it's really cool. I think they would be a great addition to the game. We have played as dogs, like the Houndmaster. I'm pretty sure you can play as her dog. I know Dracula, you can turn into a dog, which is pretty cool. I really like that. I think it's a really nice addition to the game to finally be able to play like as a dog, or like, you know, something other than walking on 2 feet. I think that's pretty cool. So I feel like adding a werewolf to the game would be like super dope. I feel like the cosmetics as well, they can go for like the way that they look in movies, or, you know, they could go for like a scary movie, you know, just get kind of like a sense of what it would look like to have them in game, or even go a little bit based off of Resident Evil. You know, I feel like there's so many ways and so many options they could go about it for a werewolf in the game, but I really do think that it would make a great addition to the game, honestly. As far as like powers and stuff, I think that a power that they could have for the werewolf, they could probably have like a leap effect. They could probably have like where it runs on all fours type effect, to make it faster. So a leap and like a booster would be super cool. I would like that. A lot of werewolves that I like in the styles are like Underworld, you know, like the 2005 2006 movies. Also Van Helsing of 2004, when he turns into the werewolf. I think it looks so cool, and I feel like having that into a game that, you know, really gets the details down on like certain killers and monsters, I feel like they would be super cool inside of a DVD, and being able to play them is another conversation. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want to turn into a werewolf and, you know, hunt down the survivors? Steve Harrington, imagine hunting down Steve Harrington as a wolf. Hate Steve Harrington, by the way. As soon as I said I hate Steve Harrington, by the way, Steve Harrington pops up in the lobby. For number 2, I think one of the best killers that DBD could add right now into the game is Slenderman. He came out in 2009, and ever since 2009, I mean, people have been horrified about this character. They've had nightmares about this character. I know when I was a kid, I would go out with my friends and be like, dude, hopefully we don't run into Slenderman. You know what I mean? Or just like the thought of him being real was insane. He's known for stalking, abducting, and traumatizing people, particularly children, in the movie. I don't know if there was a show that came out about him too, but I think there was. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I think Slenderman being in the game would be one of the best choices that Dead by Daylight has ever made. As far as cosmetics, don't really have that much of a option or space. I mean, what can you really do with a suit? I mean, come on. Literally all the man wears is a suit. I think with his powers, it'd be a lot of space. He could probably have something similar to like Freddy Krueger, where he puts you in a different world, and then kind of just traumatizes you and plays with your mind a little bit. So it could be like a mixture of Freddy Krueger and the Doctor. You know, like when the Doctor shocks you over and over. That person sucks, by the way. When the Doctor shocks you over and over, and you kind of like your mind played with, kind of, and you start seeing him pop up whenever you're running around the map or anything like that. I think that'd be a cool concept to have with Slenderman. I think him putting you into an underworld would be cool. Or even just like making the map around you dark, or everything just dark and black. I think that'd be pretty cool. Kind of like similar characters as well. But yeah, Slenderman would definitely be one of the coolest characters in the game, and I feel like everybody would, honestly, I feel like everybody would like Slenderman. Like if you see Slenderman in DBD, you'd be like, dude, like I'm buying that right away. But you guys let me know in the comments, like, you guys think Slenderman would be like one of the greatest hits for DBD or no? Alright, lastly, for top 1, I think Jeepers Creepers. Now, I had a lot of thought into this, on how he would be in the game, what would he be able to do, the way that he would look, how other people besides myself would react to him being in the game, or even just being like in a video game at all, because I really don't think he's been in a video game. I think it's only been in the movies, and sad to say, the movies absolutely flopped. I mean, bad, like in-depth bad on the newer movies that came out on him. The first 2 movies I think are one of the best movies to ever be made. I mean, dude, this man's outfit is insane. I mean, I'm talking about the hat, the coat. Dude, don't even get me wrong. Like, I love, you know, other killers as well. I mean, the Fisherman has a coat, but it's not this coat. You know what I mean? I just feel like in the game, he would be horrifying, bro. I feel like he'd be so scary to run from. Just seeing him behind you, like, just following you through certain like alleyways or different like dark spots of the map. Like, dude, that'd be crazy. It'd make the game really fun. I mean, it already is, right? But I feel like it would just add that extra boost that Dead by Daylight needs. As far as cosmetics, I feel like it'd be very limited. I mean, it'd probably just be, you know, his coat and the hat and the boots, the pants he has and stuff. But I feel like also they could do like a version where it's he kind of just has like nothing on it. It's just like him in his demonic form with his wings out and stuff. I feel like that'd be super cool. And don't even get me started, bro, on his powers. They can do like the first ever like flying effect power ever. I mean, you have the nurse, and then you have the bats you can turn into on like Dracula and stuff. But I feel like he could just take out his wings and fly down hallways like super fast. That'd be crazy. Imagine you're like at the end of the hallway staring him down, and then he just zooms at you with his wings all out, bro. I feel like that'd be crazy, bro. I'd be I'd be so scared, to be honest. I also think that he would just look super dope inside of a video game. I don't think there's any video game that has him in there right now. I don't even think there's a video game based off of him. But I feel like he would look super cool, super scary. Yeah, I feel like he would make a great character, to be honest. And a little kind of just like Pennywise, he does feed off of fear. But at least he smells the fear off of people, and that's what makes him attracted to wanting to eat them. I also feel it'd be a pretty cool concept maybe if they do like a I know if you guys have ever played Friday the 13th, you can kind of like hurt Jason and kind of defeat him. I feel like that'd be a pretty cool concept with Jeepers Creepers inside of DBD. I know you can't defeat any of the killers, and you probably won't be able to defeat any of the killers in the near future, but I feel like maybe there'd be like weapons hidden around the map, and you can like open up and get the weapon and then like hit his arm or like hit his leg or something, and it kind of like immobilize him for a bit, and he would have to like catch you and like take a bite or something. I don't know, to kind of like regrow his leg to get back to, you know, full speed or something. I mean, the wings thing too, he can use that like as a booster. That'd be pretty cool. Or he could do like where you fly out of the map, and then you could kind of choose one place to just land, and hopefully land on the survivors that are doing the generator. Would be pretty cool. A power they can do too is if you guys have ever seen the second movie about Jeepers Creepers, the kid is like in the cornfield, and then Jeepers Creepers is pretending to be like a scarecrow and a cross. So I feel like there could be a bunch of like Jeepers Creeper dummies around the map. And then you like obviously you're running around the map and you're running past the Jeepers Creepers dummies, hoping that he's not in one of the bodies, and then when you happen to be in one of the bodies and a survivor passes you, you can, you know, hop out and like hit them or one hit them or something like that. I feel like it'd be pretty cool to have him in the game. I feel like his powers as well, you have like a few to choose from, and make them so that they're not like crazy OD. But yeah, that finishes up the list on the top 10 killers that I think should be in Dead by Daylight. Obviously there's numerous amount of killers that you could choose from to be added to Dead by Daylight. Those are just my top 10 that I feel like would be the best addition to Dead by Daylight. Definitely there's more characters out there, like Jason would be cool, but obviously sadly we probably won't ever see Jason in the game, just because of like legal reasons and licenses and stuff. Friday the 13th I don't think is operating anymore. I'm pretty sure you could still play the game, but I don't think there's any public matches you can hop into anymore, unless it's like private matches or anything like that. Definitely there's other killers from different movies or movies to come, or even like anime shows or anything like that, which they have done with the Ghoul. So I feel like any killer that they add would be pretty cool. 2025 was a pretty big year for Dead by Daylight. I feel like the game got a lot more popular, and I feel like the game added some pretty good killers. Springtrap is really fun. I played as him one time, and he's pretty cool to use, man. I mean all the killers are pretty fun to use as well. I just hope that they add, you know, someone that's very popular, the next killer that they're going to add. But yeah, I really hope they add like Jeepers Creepers, a werewolf, or Slenderman. I really do hope they add Slenderman and Jeepers Creepers, man. Like, seeing them in the game would be, dude, that'd be crazy. That'd be really crazy. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think should be added to Dead by Daylight in the comments, or what your guys' favorite killers are, or anything like that, or if you even agree with this list. You know, maybe you guys don't agree with this list and you think it's garbage, but or maybe you do, maybe you think it's fire, but just let me know. Anyways, if you liked it, give it a like. Feel free to subscribe, man. I have been pretty lazy with the content. I wouldn't say lazy, actually. I've just been lagging it a bit with the content, but I definitely am gonna upload a lot more. I recently moved, and I recently got a new setup to actually record, so it's better quality and everything. I'm gonna be uploading some gameplay for Gears of War 5 and all that cool stuff. So yeah, even if you guys want to see more content on Dead by Daylight and top 10 lists and even the different games and stuff, yeah, just make sure to subscribe and be in tune with the channel. You know, a lot of big things coming. But yeah, all right, peace. Oh, and one last note. I hate Steve Harrington in Dead by Daylight, and if you play Steve Harrington in Dead by Daylight, I hate you too.